Coffee Cuties, we are back with another banger. So today we are going to be addressing the false propaganda surrounding natural hair. So let's just get right into it with the definition of propaganda. So propaganda is the spreading of misleading or false information to influence the public opinion. So I'm going to start out with a video and then I'm going to come back with more commentary.
Y'all, I'm literally crying about my hair. Like, it gets so frustrating. If you're natural, like, I literally have to take a breather. Like, why can't my hair? I'm okay, I'm fine. My man is waiting on me, so I gotta go. Didn't know what else to do. I'm ready. No, you ain't.
All right, we are back, and this brings me to the false propaganda that I want to address first, and that is that natural hair, 4C hair, is quote-unquote hard, and having straight hair or a looser, curlier hair is quote-unquote easy. I disagree with this. I feel like with a proper routine, 4C hair is easily to maintain. I think that people are getting it mixed up from saying that 4C hair is time consuming, but they're saying it's hard instead. And I also want to get into the talking point of it being time consuming as well. I feel like natural hair, 4C hair, is only time consuming if you are attempting to do something to your hair that it's not supposed to do. Our 4C hair cannot be mimicked. We are programmed to believe that our hair is bad. But our hair is actually so good that literally no one else can achieve it. And then it is a debate between the 3C versus 4C hair texture. And I addressed this more in detail in my Why the Natural Hair Community Failed video. I'm going to link that in the description if you want full details about that. But I want us to, and versus devaluing our hair texture, our hair type, etc., we really need to start embracing it. We need to start changing the way that we talk about our hair, especially in the public light. Because we are the only phenotype, the only race of women who will literally give our talking points to the enemy, give our insecurities, etc., give them talking points rather to use against us. Like, we literally go out in public and say we hate our 4C hair, etc. We have to stop doing this. And I also want to bring up the fact that we often just give all of our sauce away, etc. It is literally women blackfishing to mimic our beauty, mimic our hair textures, our hairstyles, etc. But it seems like black women can only embrace it once it is stolen by another race of women. I really want us to change this ideal that we have to see it on someone else in order to realize it's beautiful. But next, I want to get into the whole straight natural or just having straight hair, period, and how that is allegedly quote unquote easy. I want to debunk that because I've noticed in recent time, there is definitely a shift going on within the natural hair community. And a lot of women who were formerly natural, they are now going to what is called a straight natural. So a lot of them are just using heating tools to straighten their hair, but some people are going as far as getting a perm and texturizer, etc. So I just want to say that I feel like straight hair has been pushed on black women in particular, literally since childhood. I can be remember in the 90s, literally it didn't matter if you were mixed, biracial, or a full black woman. Everyone had perms. If you guys can remember childhood, the perm boxes, etc., which is ironic because these girls actually didn't even have a perm. They just had a looser curl texture that they would use heating tools to straighten. But that is a whole nother story. But straight hair being quote unquote beautiful has been pushed on us literally since our childhood. But I'm going to get into more of that in a little bit. But I just want to debunk the fact that being a straight hair natural is somehow easier than having your hair, your natural hair in your natural state. Because I do straighten my hair at times, but I primarily wear it in its natural state. When I do straighten it for an event or something like that, it is not easy to maintain at all. You have to worry about the rain. You have to worry about just having night sweats. You have to worry about getting anything on it. Like your hair is so much to keep up the straight natural look. So I definitely want to debunk the fact that you're going to have an easier experience if you decide to be a straight natural. That is absolutely false. But I was watching a girl on YouTube by the name of Maiaway, and she gave a good quote that I'm going to say now. She said that perming your hair is basically the chemical solution to texturism, and I couldn't agree more. Our hair is our protection, and it has been used to allow us to survive throughout evolution, basically. Our hair gives us a more youthful appearance, and it assists us in basically having our melanin be popping a lot longer. But that brings me into another talking point that is going around TikTok as of recent, and that is that natural hair is somehow childish. I found that to be absolutely ridiculous. I also seen a video from some women in Africa somewhere, I don't know the country, but they were saying basically that if they have an event, you should not wear your natural hair, as natural hair is more like when you're just running errands or running around with the kids, etc. Basically implying the natural hair is not feminine or whatever, but I'm going to have some photos going throughout the screen to definitely debunk that. Natural hair is very feminine. It gives you a graceful appearance. Like I said before, it gives you a very youthful appearance, etc. So this is just absolutely ridiculous propaganda and a little bit of rage baiting as well to get Black women who do decide to embrace their natural hair in a uproar. Every time we embrace our natural beauty, which we, by the way, look the best with minimum effort, hands down. We don't need any type of enhancements to feel beautiful. But when we embrace ourselves fully, there's always this rage bait, propaganda, etc., trying to tear our phenotype down. But today is a new day as more Black women are taking the mic and we are speaking up for ourselves, and we will continue to do so. But this brings me to another rage baiting situation, propaganda situation on TikTok. And that is a TikToker. I believe her name is Angela. Don't quote me, but I'm going to have her picture on the screen. I'm not going to play the video because I'm sure we all seen it. But she was implying that Black hair does not grow. I'm like, girl, have you not seen beautiful Black women with locks? Literally, some people to their ankles, like waist length, beautiful 4C hair. All you have to do in order to make Black hair grow, especially 4C hair, cleanse it, moisturize it, and maintain low manipulative hairstyles such as twist out. That is it. Wash your hair once a week. Make sure you're getting your regular trims every 3 months. Make sure you're keeping your hair oiled. It is not this rocket science that people try to make it seem to be. I believe this particular woman just prefers to wear her straight wigs, etc. That's her prerogative. But to spread these false allegations, false rage bait, etc. about 4C hair, that's when we're going to have a problem with it, and I'm going to have to speak up. But anyway, speaking of wigs, we're going to get into wigs and lace fronts, etc. So there is this narrative that somehow natural hair is unprofessional. So a lot of women feel like they have to wear wigs or weaves, etc., in order to be accepted in corporate America. I personally never ran into this issue. I do work in the healthcare field, so I don't know if things are a little bit different than corporate America. But I do notice that every time on TV or on the internet, etc., when they are showing Black women in corporate America, they have a more toned down look, such as their natural hair, minimum like shorter nails, not as long of eyelashes. They don't have all the baby hairs and all that stuff going. It's just very clean aesthetic. So I'm confused why women are implying that it's unprofessional, but every time an image of a Black woman in a professional setting is shown, they have a natural look. And even if they have like extensions or something like that, it's at a minimal effort. I could think of like Michelle Obama, who wore her hair straight, but it gave a more, we don't know if that was a weave or not. You could correct me in the comment sections, but sometimes I believe she added hair, sometimes she didn't, etc. So that debunks that. But I want to also add that a lot of times the looks of lace fronts and wigs, that is meant for entertainers such as rappers, singers, etc. But Black women are starting to wear this look every day, and it is literally meant to be entertainment. It's meant to be part of entertainment. But that brings me into the whole bad beep aesthetic. This reminds me of the rapper Erica Banks. So this rapper literally wears baby hairs to her eyebrows. I'm going to have some pictures of her floating throughout the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. But she went viral. It's been about a year now, basically saying that if you are skinny, you can't be with her. If you don't have this bad B aesthetic, like the lace front got to be popping, all this stuff, you can't sit with her. But I'm showing her image on the screen. She is definitely not an ugly woman at all. But the aesthetic that she is showing, this is not appeasing aesthetic to literally have hairs going into your eyes almost. So I just want to say this bad B aesthetic, you can look the way that makes you happy. If that aesthetic makes you happy, then by all means go for it. But again, we look best with minimum effort. So to try to make a woman feel bad or insecure for embracing herself is just absolutely ridiculous. And I also just want to say that contrary to popular belief, there is natural hair extensions that mimic 4C hair textures. I don't know who is spreading this propaganda that weave companies don't make this hair texture. That is absolutely false. I'm going to have some going throughout the screen. So if you want to wear weaves and you want to add a length, etc., I will encourage you to embrace basically weaves or wigs or whatever that mimic your own hair texture versus putting another hair texture on a pedestal by rocking their hair type. But next, I'm going to get into another talking point, and that is the male gaze. So a lot of this texturism conversation and talk to me is to be chosen by a man. A lot of this stuff comes back to men, one way or another. We definitely have been programmed through our society, whether it's through religion, media, etc., to want to be chosen by a man. And I don't find nothing wrong with that. We are meant to basically have companionships, mate with men, etc., if that's what you choose to do. But a lot of the negative side effects of dating and relationships, etc., is some of the texturism insecurities that surround 4C hair. So basically, black men in particular, if that is what you date, but other races of men as well. But this is a black channel, so we're going to focus on black men. They kind of had this whole preference talk going. I'm not sure where the conversation came from, but it's basically implying that black men prefer white women, mixed or Latina women. And that's kind of where the whole baby hair obsession came in, because those women kind of are more hairier naturally than monoracial black women. So they kind of grow the baby hair aesthetic. But I just want to add that these men, like I say in a lot of other videos, are typically dusty by and large. Not all, of course, but majority of people in these relationships are going 50-50, etc. So I also want to encourage women to go where they're celebrated. You don't have to feel like you got to meet these standards in order to impress some dude that's probably not even worth it anyway, when you can find a man that will truly embrace and love all of you for who you are. And this also brings me back to the whole natural hair is childish point, because correct me if I'm wrong, but baby hairs, it's literally called baby hairs. So baby hairs plastered on your forehead is not quote unquote childish, but wearing my 4C hair is childish and get basically not appropriate for formal events. I think that is a hypocrisy. But anyway, I'm going to move into another propaganda that is often pushed, and that is that natural hair makes you look masculine. So I actually got this talking point from a content creator on YouTube by the name of Noor Commentary. Be sure to check her channel out. It is very good. But she basically pointed out that curvy or curly hair is typically known to be more feminine. Curves are a feminine trait, and straight is a more masculine trait. So curvy hair is typically associated with femininity, and straight hair is typically associated with masculinity. And this is why I feel like straight hair, the wigs and things like that, just don't look as natural on black women, partially because it is fake and it's hard to mimic even if you have the best lace front, etc., it's going to give a fake appearance. But it's also, to me, why when men choose to dress up like women and drag queens or trends or whatever they choose to identify as, they often mimic the straight lace front wigs and all that type of stuff, and they are allowed to have a closer aesthetic to the bad B aesthetic, because that straight hair does not naturally fit our features, so it does give off that trans drag look. So I will definitely encourage Black women to think about that before they wear all of these lace front wigs and all that type of stuff. What type of aesthetic and message are you putting out there? But in conclusion, I just want to say that the sauce is already within us as Black women, and it is not on us. So that means that everything that we need is already within us. God has already given us God given beauty that, again, cannot be mimicked, it cannot be duplicated, etc. So I encourage Black women to truly embrace their natural hair as it even grows out of their scalp, not just stretching it, not just the twist outs, etc. Embrace just cleansing, moisturizing, and wearing your natural hair in all its forms, especially if you feel like natural hair is more time consuming. A wash and go is definitely will cut the time in half. And also, to get back into the talking point of wigs and weave before I go, those things are, one, expensive, and for two, take forever to go through the whole process of braiding it down, putting a wig cap on, doing this, doing that. I'm going to have images of that going throughout the screen on silent as well. But just to kind of debunk that, our natural hair is a lot less expensive to wear the hair that comes out of your head versus trying to mimic a hair that was not meant for you. And I also want to reiterate again, our natural hair fits our feature. It gives us a more youthful appearance, and it definitely unlocks 4C hair privileges. I went over a lot of different 4C hair privileges in a video that I will leave linked below for you guys. But let me know what you think. Did I leave any propaganda out when it comes to our natural hair? How do you feel about wearing your natural hair? I am not here to judge what women do to feel beautiful, so you are free to wear your hair however you would like, but I just want to give Black women alternative options to the things that were pushed upon us, and just invoke in thoughtful conversations and all just thoughts and conversations, etc., in order to uplift our own phenotype and put it back on the pedestal that it deserves to be. But this is the end of this video, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as we are still shadow banned, but it doesn't matter because the message is going to be heard. But until next time, see ya.